Welcome to Toffee Blue View, your source for all things Everton. I'm Gerry. I've got Max and Terry here. Gentlemen, Lucas Digne is in. Let's just give some quick opinions of the transfer, and since it's been a while since people have heard his voice or seen his face, Terry, why don't you start us off?
Yeah, very happy with it. I won't be the first one to say he's got an amazing pedigree. Look at some of the clubs he's played for, and not just played for in the past. He's played there recently. He's coming from Barcelona. He's not what you'd think of as a continental fullback, like a sort of lightweight runner fullback. He likes to tackle. When he was on loan at Roma for a year, I think he was the highest. Had the highest tackling stats of that entire season, which is not to be sniffed at in Serie A. So, yeah, looks a good player. I mean, it's exactly the type of profile, the type of target I think we should be going for. The sort of going into the prime age players, and sort of see if we can find that sweet spot where they're either in a Champions League club or in an undesirable league, or they're at a Champions League club and a Champions League quality, but they're out of favour, or they've got a point to prove, or they're looking to move away because of the manager or something like that. I think Cenk Tosun maybe was one of them, and I think this is another one. I think it's a real coup to get a player like this.
Max?
Yeah, I agree with everything with Terry just said there, and it seems to happen quite a lot when a young player moves to Barcelona. Obviously, he's got great caliber of represented many clubs, Champions League, European level, but his career's kind of stagnated at Barcelona, and obviously it's no easy task to knock Jordi Alba off his perch, and I think he's going to be coming to Everton with a real point to prove. And I was thinking about this before. It's a real shame. Ever since Oviedo, really, I think this is the first time that we've got a left back that can challenge for a starting place, and it's a shame that we haven't brought him in when Bain was in and around his prime, so we could have a real, contendership for that left back position. And as I say, I probably would have preferred Kieran Tierney. Obviously, I think he's much hotter property, but you can't argue with this signing, to be honest.
Yeah, I was kind of conflicted because I was really looking for Tierney. You know what I mean? Like that's who I was gunning for, and that's who I thought we were gunning for. However, it does seem like Digne is more ready-made. He's not really a project per se. He should be good to go in terms of. I mean, he probably will. There will be a little transition period. The idea of coming to Premier League is just way more physical than this past when he was playing in La Liga. But I mean, we know he was in Serie A. And he played, at least 33 matches when he was there. His career is strange because he was at Lille and he got a lot of matches when he was there. And then when he transferred to PSG, not a lot. And then he moves to Roma on loan, tons of games then. And then he gets transferred to Barca, and then he doesn't get much again. So it's weird. He's had like these little lulls for like a year or two in between, like really intense activity. But he is battle tested. I'm psyched about the pedigree. And the price is cheaper than Kieran Tierney would have been.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's a strange one though. It is because he's not. He doesn't like to bomb up the wings and hold on to the ball. When you watch some of his some videos of him, he likes to, rather than hold on to the ball and dribble around and take on defenders, he likes to do kind of short passing combinations and kind of weave his way and make runs and try to do a lot of 1-2s and those kind of combinations. So he does make his way forward, but it's not holding onto the ball as much from what I've seen. And I think that's something he will need because I don't know if he has the athleticism to do a lot of taking on men, you know what I mean, like on the side.
That might come to his advantage because obviously it's going to put more emphasis on the midfielders getting involved with the play and having their mentality tested of becoming more attacking players and trying to thread more forward balls. So obviously with this kind of shift in the type of player that he is. I think because for so long under Moyes, how often would we say the fullbacks were our main outlet and our main way of getting the ball forward, and there seemed to be a shift with this under Silva. Obviously the fullbacks are still very important, and I think we saw with Leighton Baines has really impressed me so far under Silva, and I've just done an article today. I don't know if you know, but I've just put it out there, and it's really interesting to see how this is going to work out, because I still do feel like Baines has got it within him to be our starter for another year or two. So to see how this rotational system will work out, I'm really looking forward to it.
So I know we've discussed this before, but are we thinking Baines is our day one starter? Do we think Digne will have taken over the number one left back spot by Christmas, or are we thinking it's going to be a healthy mix and Baines will play one game or two games and then we'll bring in Digne? How do you guys think this is going to work?
The first one, basically. I think Baines will start the season. I think one of the biggest problems we had last year was trying to throw all of the new players in at the same time. Don't get me wrong. I think if we sign when we sign a centre back, the centre back will go straight in, because I don't think we've got any other option. But I think Digne will be allowed to bed in a little bit, not in the sense of he'll have a full season where he's waiting to come in the team, but I think around November, December time, that's when you'll start to see the transition, when the games start coming thick and fast and you get multiple games a week. That's when you'll start to see Digne take the number one spot and Baines sort of be slowly phased out. Not phased out entirely, he'll still get a share of games, but I think he'll get the bulk of the first third of the season, then the second and third it'll be Digne's spot.
Yeah, but I think we can definitely still afford the luxury of starting Baines, and as Gerry said, there's going to be some acclimatisation that's going to have to take place with Digne adapting to the Premier League. But Baines has still very much got it within his legs, and as Terry said there, when the games start coming thick and fast in the December Christmas period, we need to be careful that we don't burn Baines out, like we did with Rooney last season when Rooney was here. So, it seemed to be propped up quite nicely for him, because as Terry said there, the first third is where, we can have the tried and tested Baines, and, kind of Digne can learn his trade in the Premier League, and then he can kind of have a run. But, as you say, I think it's going to be a healthy rotation.
Well, that's what we did with Baines last season. We had 2 games a week straight away because of Europe, whereas we don't have that this year. But we only had Baines, so we were playing him 2 games a week straight away. And about November time, nearly December, hamstring went, and that was it. And then we were playing with Cuco Martina for one of the most important parts of the season. And I think we'll just be a little bit mindful of that this time, where even though the workload will be lighter this time because there's no Europe for the first part of the season at least, I think we'll be mindful of protecting Baines' hamstrings, because they he is human. They've been going more and more in recent years, just as he gets older. But ability-wise, player-wise, he's not finished. Some players are finished as soon as their legs go. Baines not that. Baines is still a quality Premier League left-back, but he is the age that he is.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. Digne, one of his strengths, and he's not a big guy. I think he's like 5'10", 5'11". He's not super tall. One of his strengths is aerial duels, and I like the fact that we've got a little guy in the back who's willing to go up and actually win some headers. That was one of our problems for a while, is we weren't really very good at winning those 50-50s. That people were launching, all the way to our box, but I think we've gotten a little bit better at that the past year. But yeah, fan of this transfer. The more I think about it, the more this just makes sense. And I'm feeling good about Bronze. And apparently Silva went a long way toward making this transfer happen in terms of his conversations with Digne. I'm ready to watch him play. So, anything else on Digne, guys?
Looking forward to seeing him play.
I think it's a good signing. I think it's a testament to Marcel Brands.
Nice. All right, well, that does it for our Lucas Digne segment. He's in. It's been a while since we had a transfer. It's nice. It tastes nice. It's great. All right. Prep for more because we got just over a week. All right. So if you've been liking our videos, please subscribe. We are really close to 900 subs, and we appreciate that. You can be a part of it. That would be awesome. Check out Max plugged one of his articles. All right, on the Toffee Blues website. It's on our new signing. Yeah, he writes as well as he speaks. Check it out, people. See, I can't say that. I can't compliment Max without him making any kind of face. No. Which is good. He's humble like that. That works. So yeah, his stuff is on the Toffee Blues website. And Terry, the Liverpool Echo
fan Gerry, hopefully on it again this year. Should be as soon as the game starts. They start.
Awesome. I'm psyched to kind of know about this in advance so I can actually like watch you this year. I'm psyched about that. All right, so that's it. Let's go do more videos. All right, bye.